So for this camp, in any given day, Ryan wakes up and he runs like Forrest Gump. And he doesn't have to, but he does.
I've ran without a t-shirt, and I don't know how long. I forgot how easy it was without a sauna suit.
8 miles to start each day. Sometimes more. Never less.
2 warriors, 1 spotlight, and a fight that could change everything. Ryan Garcia is chasing redemption, but is Mario Barrios about to ruin the comeback story? Behind the cameras, beyond the hype, this is where the real war begins. What really happened in the build-up to Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios that fans weren't supposed to see? Before we dive in, drop your city in the comments, and let's see where the real fight fans are watching from.
I start off my day with running because it helps me, my mentality, and just helps me think about things. It's really good for my mental health as well. I need to cut weight, so running is the best form of cutting weight for me.
How many miles was that, Ryan?
8 miles, baby.
You know what sort of pace you got?
Yeah.
But it was fast.
It was damn fast.
How you feel?
Amazing.
Eight miles begin every single morning, often extra. People always say greatness lives inside everyone, but the ones who actually reach that level will tell you something different. It doesn't come easy. It's built through discipline, day after day. No shortcuts, no excuses. Some fighters train because they want to improve. Ryan Garcia trains like he's fighting to take his name back, and that brings a whole different level of pressure. After the loss to Raleigh, the criticism wasn't just coming from the outside. It felt personal.
All right, Rhino. Ready for my cake?
Thank you.
Very well. Discipline is everything. Ryan's super disciplined. One day he says, hey, you gotta cut down on this, cut down on that. It goes down to him and how he's gonna cut his weight and how he's feeling.
Food is damn good. Carlos makes some good food. Weight's coming off, my body's performing well, and we're all doing a great job collaborating together to get the best result possible.
For dinner tonight, we got some real nice beef tenderloin, aka fillets. That's right, got a little mashed potatoes. We got our mushroom mix right here. We're gonna saute them with a little butter. We got our broccoli all blanched off. Ready to fry everything. You have all the elements that he needs to be a top athlete.
I just monitor my eating, keep assessing myself every time I take a bite, see if it worked, if it was enough, if it wasn't enough, and then make adjustments.
You gotta evaluate yourself and master yourself, because nobody's gonna know your body better than you.
You can feel the difference in camp now. No distractions, no outside noise, no bouncing from one vibe to another. Just hard work, sweat, and Henry Garcia watching everything like he can read the truth in every round. Going back to training with your father changes the whole energy. There's no one there to tell you what you want to hear. If Ryan takes a shortcut in a round, Henry catches it. If his focus slips for even a second, Henry notices immediately.
I'm training Sean, and with Ryan, of course, I'm the assistant trainer, co-trainer. But, you know, again, I'm their dad, so it doesn't matter. I mean, you know.
The vibes are amazing, baby.
For Ryan, the truth is it doesn't matter because he's too disciplined to let the weight or the next day weigh in be a problem for him.
You think it's just a working out thing, but it's more of a mental battle. And Ryan's so accustomed to it at this point that I truly don't believe it's going to affect him in any way. He just has a mission and he knows what he needs to accomplish. It's pretty much the same process, getting down to 140 and then understanding when you got to make that final cut. You don't want to do it too early because it's tough living in dehydration. That's why you have to pay attention to every moment, how much water intake, just so you can balance and make things a little bit more easier for yourself.
I'm working with Sean, and with Ryan I'm in there too, helping as an assistant, as a co-trainer. But at the end of the day, I'm their father first. Titles don't really matter to me. What matters is being there for them. And right now, the energy in camp feels incredible.
You've been with me too long.
Too long, baby. Right now, we're about 3 weeks away, so we're getting ready to hit our peak phase, all the explosive work. We've been doing this 6 years now. So when he comes in, I see immediately where he's at, and that's how we break our workout out for that day.
Pain is, you can't do anything about it. You just have to accept it. The best move you could do is to keep going. If you're gonna stop during the workout, don't work out. Just wait for tomorrow. If your body needs that much rest, then get your ass home and sleep.
Everybody always wants to cut 5 to 10 pounds the last week of the fight, but during that week, you lose your strength. We ain't losing no strength. We doing this the right way. He's eating right. He has nutrition on point. We're doing the strength and conditioning on point. We're way ahead of schedule. We're ready to fight right now if we needed to, and we still got 3 weeks left. That's the crazy part. We're keeping it focused, we're keeping it strong, we're keeping it powerful, we're keeping it explosive. Man, we're just excited for this fight.
That kind of moment can shift a person. After the Devin Haney fight, it wasn't some big emotional breakdown. It felt more like he hit a reset switch. This version of him seems closer to the young fighter who used to rip that left hook like he had something to prove. But here's what's different. He's more composed now. The speed is still there. The flash is still there. Only now, the motion feels controlled, not hurried.
This is where the hard work is done, so I don't mind it. Man, I'm used to it. You know, like Muhammad Ali said, you know, you hate training, but you suffer so you can live the rest of your life as a champion. So that's why I think every time when I'm tired or anything, I'm just like, let's suffer, come on. Oh, it's good pain. Makes you grow. But I don't really get tired though.
The energy in camp isn't "look at me" anymore, it's "believe in me." And against Mario Barrios, that shift is important because Barrios isn't built for viral moments. He's a tough puzzle that has to be figured out round by round. Ryan understands that one more mistake and the story around him turns dark fast. So now it's focus over noise. Fewer posts, more work. The old Ryan might be returning, but this time more focused, more controlled, and not here to play games.
This workout's gonna suck today. It usually always does, but I mean, you know, it's the work that's necessary for this fight. I mean, I'm thankful, you know, for Tony Brady, but at the same time, I hate seeing him in here.
If Ryan's camp carries the feeling of redemption, then on the other side of town it feels more like quiet calculation. Mario Barrios isn't preparing for a comeback storyline. He's carefully setting something up. No dramatic speeches, no emotional throwbacks. Just the steady sound of leather hitting the heavy bag, while Joe Goosen observes like someone who understands exactly what Ryan does best and exactly where the openings appear. In Mario's camp, the atmosphere is more controlled, but that doesn't mean it's easy. Today is focused on strength and conditioning with Coach Tony Brady, whose 20 years of experience bring another level of knowledge and structure to Team Barrios.
Mario, he's the type of kid that you enjoy coming to the gym for. He understands the importance of coming out and doing a full camp to give himself an opportunity to get in great shape and also to be able to work on some things. We'll make contact with the gloves, okay? Really quick. Okay. That's a tribute to his dedication and desire. But be hard to counter the speed. Game plan simple, win.
And then there's Joe Goosen, the same man who once helped shape Ryan's game plan, now drawing up strategies for the other side. That's not emotion. That's calculated strategy with history attached. Barrios has already faced serious tests. Gervonta Davis challenged his durability, and Manny Pacquiao pushed his composure. You don't go through fights like those and stay the same. You come back sharper and more measured. Barrios might not have the biggest financial machine behind him, but he's guided by elite experience. With a Hall of Fame mind like Virgil Hunter, the strategist who worked with Andre Ward, Amir Khan, Abner Mares, and other top names, there's a deep level of knowledge and tactical advantage in his corner.
I go as my fighter, I look to win, and I predict victory.
I'm gonna do whatever it takes come June 26th to make sure that he isn't successful. It doesn't matter who you are, I'm not giving up this belt.
He's not the quickest fighter in the gym. He's not the most eye-catching either. But he has a toughness that can completely break a game plan. And here's the hard reality. Barrios doesn't have to be spectacular. He just has to stay consistent. If Ryan tries to find his flow, Barrios disrupts it. If Ryan looks for distance, Barrios steps in and takes it away. This preparation isn't built on hype. It's built on experience. And Goosen hasn't forgotten a single detail.
Mario Barrios can fight a little bit, fight off the back foot a little bit. He can do a little bit of everything. Counter punch, slip counters, blocking shoots, catching shoots. Like he got a bag. He does. He's average in every single department. Got a really good jab, a hell of a right hand, man. That right hand is gonna be money for him in this fight. I would also say the left hook, to be honest with you. I think one of the most ironic things about Ryan Garcia is you never want to hook with a hook.
And that's when things get even more interesting, because Tim Desert Storm Bradley steps in sounding like he's already shadowboxing in his living room saying, "I feel a knockout coming." I'm thinking, all right, Tim, stand on it then. But when he starts talking about Joe Goosen understanding Ryan's biggest weakness, that grabs my attention too, because that's real insight. That's insider talk. Bradley basically suggests Goosen has all the answers from past experience, and honestly, it's hard to argue with that. Then he switches gears and begins breaking down Ryan's style like a technician who's done ignoring the warning signs. He says Ryan without his speed and left hook looks ordinary. That's bold, but if we're being real, there's some truth mixed in. We've all noticed the tall stance, the chin sitting high, the jab dropping low on the return.
Barrios does have some pop on his shots, and he has some counter punching ability where I think he can hurt Ryan Garcia. Do I see this fight going a distance? I don't think this fight's going to go to distance. I think there's going to be a knockout in this fight. It's either going to be either Ryan Garcia catching him as he's coming in, or vice versa. You're going to have Barrios catching Ryan Garcia as he comes in, or even if he exits.
Tim also mentioned that Barrios' right hand could be a serious weapon. That's real, especially if Ryan keeps admiring his work after combinations like he's still posing for a viral training clip. But here's where I slightly disagree with Tim. Saying Ryan is only dangerous because of his speed and power is like saying a supercar is only impressive because it's fast. Well, that's the whole design. Still, Bradley makes a strong point. If Ryan struggles with a tough, disciplined, technically sound fighter like Mario Barrios, then all the online hype won't protect his reputation. And when Tim says this fight probably doesn't reach the final bell, I understand that too. Not because it has to turn wild, but because both men have flaws that can be exposed. Barrios tends to swell under pressure. Ryan sometimes leaves openings behind his offense. That combination feels like pressure building, just waiting for a moment to ignite. Bradley isn't promoting drama. He's challenging Ryan to show he's more than just speed and highlight reels. And honestly, That edge of uncertainty is what makes this matchup feel explosive.
Firing back and finds a way to, make sure the gap ain't too far out. So
this is what pisses me off about Gervonta Davis. I was just thinking about this. Gervonta Davis has beaten Ryan Garcia, he's beaten Mario Barrios, and he's beaten Rolly Romero. And the dude can't keep his act together long enough to become an all-time great or one of the greats of this generation in the sport. I think the dude is so skilled, but he's such a up, dude.
He's one of those guys that's going to come to fight, and we're going to have a great one on our hands. So he just seemed like the right person.
And just as Bradley starts predicting fireworks, Wade Plemons steps in with that calm but sharp tone like, all right, let's really break this down. I respect that. Wade isn't loud, he analyzes. When he describes the face-off as respectful but tense, that makes sense. You can see Ryan trying to stay confident without letting emotions take over. Wade doesn't sugarcoat it either. He calls the Raleigh defeat embarrassing. That word hits hard, but sometimes that kind of sting is what forces growth. Then he turns the focus and reminds everyone that Barrios hasn't exactly been on a dominant streak himself. 2 draws, including one against a Manny Pacquiao who was pushing the later stage of his career. That's not control, that's getting through tough nights. When Wade says this fight isn't guaranteed for either side, that's when things really get interesting. People talk like one of these resumes is untouchable. It isn't. Ryan's win over Haney got overturned. The loss to Tank was decisive. His biggest clear victory was against Luke Campbell. Barrios has faced major names too, but the outcomes have been inconsistent.
To a Conor Ben fight, you got to get through this one. And for Mario Barrios, he's had, the resume is phenomenal. Only problem is he doesn't win a lot of the biggest fights of his career, right? He loses to Gervonta, loses to Keith Thurman, draw with Abel Ramos, draw with Manny Pacquiao. Barrios needs that signature win in his career. He has the Ugas win, that's a big one, but Ryan Garcia would take him over the hump. And again, you could say that he and him being the champion, unifications are out there. Rolly Romero is there. Again, Devin Haney at 147. You have potentially a Conor Ben fight for the WBC belt. He can continue to put himself in position for massive.
So now the conversation isn't about who's great. It's about who corrects their weaknesses first. I like how Wade challenges the idea that experience is some automatic advantage. He even mentions Shakur to prove the point, and that's real. Experience alone doesn't stop a left hook. Solid fundamentals might. When Ryan says he fights with freestyle mixed with technique, I had to smile because that could mean brilliance or controlled chaos. Wade questions that too, and I appreciate it. Then Ryan talks about Joe Goosen almost sounding excited for the matchup. That's either serious confidence or stepping into danger. And when Wade asks whether trainers build fighters or fighters build trainers, that's the real strategic debate no one wants to settle. Mario changing coaches could be growth, or it could be a sign of uncertainty. Ryan claiming he already understands what Joe is teaching now? That's mental warfare. But the line that really stands out is when Wade calls this legacy pressure for Ryan. That's the core of it. This isn't about headlines. It's about direction. If Ryan wins, opportunities expand fast. If he loses, the story around him tightens. For Barrios, he's done being the guy who almost gets there in major fights. So now it feels like urgency versus proof. Bradley senses a stoppage. Wade senses intensity. I sense unpredictability. And when both men admit one clean shot can change everything, you know this won't be settled with smiles at a face-off. It comes down to who holds steady when the punches start landing.
You focusing on your turn, and that's what I was getting ready to say. This fight right here should be more focused and locked in, because if he wins world champion at 47, and he needs something like that. He never been world champion, right?
No, he's never been world champion.
So I don't know. I think he just hung up on the entertainment aspect of it. And he is where he is. Like, I don't know. I really don't understand it, but I guess he's reached that point where it's hard to tell him. It's hard to tell him because he made so much money, and he is a superstar. You know what I mean?
And while Wade is analyzing everything like a chess player, Greg Hackett steps in with no filter and turns the whole mood upside down. Becky Cash asks him about Ryan versus Barrios, and Greg's response is basically, it's a good matchup, but is Ryan truly focused? That's the tough question people avoid. When Greg says it's difficult to fully believe in Ryan right now because he seems outside the gym more than inside it, that hits different. It's not bitterness, it's responsibility talk. He's not criticizing the promotion. He's questioning the commitment. With February 21st getting close, Greg's mindset is simple. Shouldn't you already be locked in a full fight mode? That's not trolling. That's how fighters think. Then he delivers that blunt reminder about boxing being a razor-thin line between superstar status and being overlooked. And that's real. This sport doesn't hand out loyalty cards. One bad loss at the wrong time, and the same fans who praised you start wondering where it all went wrong.
All you gotta do is comb his hair to the side, clean his face up. Yeah, he look like an innocent kid again. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's hard to take him serious. If I was Barrios, I wouldn't even fight. For real. If I was Barrios' manager, well, I wouldn't even have him fight that guy. Because you really, like, you beat him, but then it's like, all right, you beat Ryan Garcia, though. He's been beat before, and he's not taking the game serious. He beat you just a Vic.
Now this is where it really heats up. Greg basically says that if he were managing Barrios, he might not even take this fight, because beating Ryan at this moment doesn't bring the same value. That's a bold opinion, but you can understand the reasoning. If Ryan looks unfocused and you defeat him, people will say, of course, he wasn't fully locked in. But if Ryan wins, suddenly you become the headline. That's a strange risk versus reward situation. At the same time, Greg gives Barrios his credit, pointing out that after the Tank fight, many didn't expect him to rebuild the way he has. That's genuine acknowledgement. So now the picture is clear. Urgency from Ryan, proof to establish from Barrios, and doubt coming from Greg. And here's the reality. Sometimes the strongest criticism becomes the biggest motivation. If Ryan takes those comments personally in the right way, that could make him dangerous. If he ignores them completely, that could be just as risky, just not for Barrios.
All you gotta do is comb his hair to the side, clean his face up. Yeah, he look like an innocent kid again. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's hard to take him serious. If I was Barrios, I wouldn't even fight. For real. If I was Barrios' manager, well, I wouldn't even have him fight that guy. Because you really, like, you beat him, but then it's like, all right, you beat Ryan Garcia, though. He's been beat before, and he's not taking the game serious. He beat you just a Vic.
When you really step back and look at it, this matchup becomes less about punches and more about who they are when the pressure hits. Ryan Garcia is fighting to show he's still the star of his own story, not just a name that burned bright too soon. Mario Barrios is aiming to move from being a respected champion to someone nobody questions. Bradley predicts a stoppage. Wade talks about legacy pressure. Greg doubts the focus. Different opinions, same intensity. This isn't just about a belt, it's about credibility. If Ryan comes out on top, the comeback narrative grows stronger. If Barrios wins, he finally removes the label of being the guy who almost made it. And the dangerous part is that both fighters have weaknesses that could ignite at any moment. That's why this fight feels unstable, not certain, not comfortable, unpredictable. So now it's your turn. Is this the night Ryan proves the discipline is real? Or is Barrios ready to show the gap between hype and hard-earned experience? When the exchanges get sharp and the pressure builds, who breaks first? Drop your opinion in the comments. Let's have the conversation. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Ring. Catch you in the next one.